Hello, Commanders. Commander Fu coming to you with another edition of Battle Warship Naval Empire Training Academy. Today I want to discuss some of the important things in growing a carrier and your base, and also in the same light give you some things to look out for so that you don't get yourself into a trap. So, for starters, one thing that everybody needs to realize when you start looking at the bases for attack and for your own growth, when you go into your profile and your stats here, you've got the power, and everybody, or a lot of people seem to think that the power is what really makes you strong. The thing is, that's not necessarily true. If you look at the ships destroyed number, which is right under the power, if you look at it, you'll find that that is actually more of an indicator of power. The ships destroyed is going off of the number of ships you've killed in battle, whether it be with other players or it be pirates, more so off of pirates because it's what we need to do a lot of to get that number up. But that comes with experience points, and when you're starting out in the game, one of the things that a lot of people really overlook, and I gotta say I'm just as guilty, is the number of pirates that you hit and the amount of times. So when you start looking through at your leaderboards, some of the people, if you look, there are some players that have a high warships destroyed count, and they have a fairly low power compared to their warship count. And when you start really assessing what these players have and where they're at, I mean, this player is in my alliance, Randall's, and he's been one of my admirals. If you look at the power level, you're thinking, oh man, this guy's weak. You look at that destroyed number and you look at it as a holistic of what he has done. Some people in this game are mad geniuses with keeping the power down, and they understand by keeping the power down, they give themselves a better shot in the tower events, whether it's the Borderlands or the Bermuda Towers, or when you go into the Hurricane War. These players who know how to keep their power down, they're sitting there, they're building up a carrier, they're building up a monster carrier. They're not building up a lot of the other things that go with it because they know they can come back and very quickly bring those up and poof, they're monsters. So, just an understanding so you don't get into a trap when you're going in through an alliance and you're looking through, oh my goodness, this guy's like 5 million power. I've got 15. I'm doing great. I can take this guy. And you get land-basted because this 5 million power player has 4 times that or 5 times that in ship kills. What they're doing is hitting pirates just constantly. And when you realize that is building up the strength in a carrier, then you really get an idea of how they're building their bases, how they're building, they're not worried about the base itself. They're worried about their carrier. Some players are just working on equipment and they're not building up the carriers. They'll build 1, maybe 2 carriers and then keep it at that. Keep a couple of gatherers so they can get the uranium, and that's it. That's all they have. That's all they want to deal with right now. Because they know if they keep building up, and they'll go and do things like where I have limited on my carrier experience items, these guys will have like 300 million built up and just stored because they're just collecting those and they're just hammering and grinding out the pirates. If you want to be strong in this game, pirates are where it's at. You gotta grind. You gotta do the work. You gotta put it in and you gotta make it happen. If you don't, you will not build a strong enough base. And that is something that I have learned, and I am going back and working on. My other base that I have in the same server, I can't keep enough of the stamina gems. This one I have a fair amount, and I have found that the more I hit, the higher I can hit, and the better off I am. So it really helps to understand that. And these guys will also build 1 or 2 sets of aircraft that are really strong that they can put onto a carrier. And just as an example, we'll take and go through, because I recently received on this one through the Battle Pass, I received a Cruise. Okay, so right out of the gate, level 1, nothing for equipment, nothing for anything on this, no class, and you can take and use your aircraft and add on. Why am I not finding? There it is. You can add on your best aircraft, and we'll take this setup. Now, let's go out, and this is something a lot of people do, and this is how they build up that 330 million. So when they eventually get that really big 6-star carrier, they'll just drop the experience on it, and then all of a sudden you're dealing with like somebody who just won a Nix, and all of a sudden you go into the weekend and they're just, for some reason, they've managed to build that up to a level 60 or 70, and you're like, how did they do that? How in the world could they do that? Well, they'll take and go in, and they'll go and find those higher level pirates, and they'll just start smashing everything. Okay, so that's a brand new carrier. Yeah, let's be a little bold. Okay, so we're going to, let's look for an 18 Mediterranean pirate. Okay, brand new level 1 carrier, white. Watch this. Oh, this is not fun. Brand new, first time up, no ships, just the aircraft. There. Okay, here we go. No ships, no submarines, just the aircraft. And let's go after this. So what they'll do, or what a lot of people will do, is they'll take this secondary aircraft carrier and they'll build it up, and they'll chop it for the parts, they'll build the parts, and they'll also manage out of it. So I mean, right out of the box, level 18 pirate, poof, gone. And then that gives you a level 10 Cruise that you're playing with. Alright, so while it was at it, it gave me a level 18 pirate here. We'll hit it. So right out of the box, and you're hitting level 18 pirates. And this is what a lot of people will do to keep their power low, is they'll do this, they'll build this up, and then they'll chop it for parts and the experience points. So if you do this, it'll help you out, But the biggest key factor that I want everybody to take away is grind on pirates. No matter what you do, take that away, that you need to grind out pirates. Just constantly grind pirates. The only thing you really need to understand is, say it again, grind pirates. So if you like the content, I ask everybody to please subscribe, and please hit the like button for the videos, and everybody have a great time playing the game, and until next time.